Half the battle sometimes is just knowing what skills to focus on so that you can make a difference in whatever it is you're doing. And that's what we're talking about today on the minicast. We are talking about 5 social media skills to sharpen to help you become more successful on social media. Episode 191 starts right now. Hey there, welcome to the Lora Shipman Show. We hang out here weekly to talk about things like social media, entrepreneurship, marketing, tools, strategies, tips, and it all starts right now. Hey there, before we get started with this show, I just want to share my passion with you. I love teaching people just like you how to master social media for business, breaking it down into easy to consume and easy to execute steps so that you can see immediate results. So whether you want to start a social media consultancy or grow your brand's presence on social media, I can help. I can help you get started and master all the things that you need to know. So I want you to go over to my website. It is filled with resources, tools, tips, and courses. Visit lorashipman.com. That's LORA shipman.com to get all the goods. Now, you ready for the show? I know I am. Let's get started. Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I am so glad you're here with me because today is my, you know it, favorite day of the week. It's minicast day. And if you've never been here for a minicast, you're missing out, but I'm glad you're here today because this is where you jump in, you grab a shot in the arm of value, you jump out, but then you've got a job to do. And that job is to execute everything that you've learned in this minicast episode. And today we're talking about social media skills that you should focus on and sharpen up so that you're more effective with what you're doing out there in social media. All right, so in minicast style, we just dive right in, no fluff, just the stuff. So let's go. The first skill that you really want to sharpen up on is your copywriting. You need to find a copywriting style and formula that works for you. Now, just this week, I released episode 190 and I talked about some copywriting hooks and prompts that you can use. And sometimes those prompts, what they do is they get those creative juices flowing and really help you develop that skill a little bit better. So the more you practice that, the better you become. So go back and listen to episode 190. Learn how you can literally stop the scroll with your captions and develop your writing personality. Determine how you're going to talk to your audience. Are you going to be educating them? Are you going to be inspiring them, entertaining them, telling them stories? I don't know. How are you going to go ahead and talk to your audience? And then sharpen that skill. Practice talking to your audience that way on a regular and consistent basis. And by the way, all of those different styles I mentioned, you can do a combination of those. And I recommend that you do. I recommend that you are multifaceted in the way that you talk to your audience, but always sticking to your brand and what your brand is there for. The next skill that you want to focus on and really sharpen your pencil on, and no pun intended, is graphic design. Graphics is a huge part of social media, and I know not everybody has the aptitude for graphics, but there are some shortcuts and some things that you can do to make sure that you're on point with your graphics. First thing I would do is explore Canva, and that's CANV as in Victor A.com. And I know I've talked about Canva a million times before, but it's my go-to designing website that I use to create all my graphics on social media. It is a lifesaver, and they have a free version. Now, if you don't know how to use Canva, what I suggest you do is go on Instagram and search for Canva graphic designers. And follow those people because they will teach you a ton of things. A lot of them have shops that you can shop in and they'll sell you templates. So it makes it look like you really know what you're doing. Or they give out free information or they teach courses. But it's a great way to sharpen your skills in the graphic design area. Because let's be real, you only have about a nanosecond to stop somebody with your image, right? And that image has to be on point, spot on. It has to look good. And you really need to make sure it's bright and clean and clear and that it's not confusing to look at, but it also sends a message. There's a little bit of a science behind creating great graphics for social media. So go ahead, find those Canva graphic designers on Instagram and you'll be thanking me later, I promise. Now, the other thing that you need to do too when it comes to graphic design is be able to take selfies if you can't afford a photographer and do a huge photo shoot and stuff like that. So the other thing you could do is search on Instagram iPhone photographers and see who comes up and follow them, because they're going to teach you how to take bomb selfies. And I'm telling you, it's all in lighting and in angles. And if you can learn lighting and angles, your selfies are going to look a lot better. And then you'll be excited about showing your face on social media, which I recommend everybody does. Skill number 3 is video. I don't care if it's live video, pre-recorded video, stories, reels, you name it, it's video and it's important. The fact that Instagram alone has all these different video features available to you means that people want video, and video is not going away. So you've got to learn how to grasp it for yourself and how to use it for yourself effectively. And again, you can search all of these people, all of these experts live on Instagram, and you can learn from them. You can learn how to use these different features and not be so afraid of them. And I think that's where what happens is people become afraid of the tech because they're not using it on a regular basis. You know, when you first start out with some of this stuff, it's okay if it's not at the level where you want it to be. It will come with time and practice, I promise. So it's better now than later to get on the video train. Skill number 4 to sharpen is your engagement and response skills. Yes, this is so important. Learning how to engage with other accounts or with your target market on Instagram and Facebook is so super important to the success of your brand there. So one of the first things you can do is use hashtags on Instagram to find your target market. Who is your target market? Look them up. They're hanging out on Instagram and they're using hashtags to identify themselves. Go ahead and find that target market and then start talking to them in the comments of their posts. And you'll be amazed at the relationships you start to build. On Facebook, these people are hanging out in groups. You need to go join those groups and talk to your people. I did an episode with my friend Shondell Varciana, and it was episode 184, and we go into depth about finding these Facebook groups and starting conversations. And it's as easy as that. So go do that. Sharpen those skills on how you can talk to your people, because that's how the magic happens in social media, when you can find your people and then have real conversations with them. The last skill that you really need to focus on is your analytics skill. Now, I always say social media is a combination of creativity and analytical skills. And it's so true, because if you don't have those two things working together, you're going to be disjointed and you're not going to be able to determine what's working for you and what's not working for you. And the good news is both of these things are skills and you can learn and develop them. Now, the reason why you need to know your analytics is because you need to know what type of content is working for you, the demographic that you're attracting when your target audience is online, and the list goes on and on and on. There's so much you can learn from your analytics. I used to be afraid of analytics when I first started out because I thought I was going to need like spreadsheets and pivot tables to figure it out. And I'm not a numbers gal. I'm really not. I love the creativity of it, but I do kind of geek out, if I'm going to be honest, on the analytics. And Facebook and Instagram, they make it so easy for you. It's not that hard. You just have to make the commitment to yourself to dive in there and learn it. And if you guys want a podcast episode on breaking down analytics, I'm happy to do that with you. Just let me know in the comments section and I will put something together for you. All right, my friends, those are my 5 skills that I think that we need to sharpen up if we want to see success on social media. So the first skill, and by the way, this was in no particular order. It was a brain dump. So the first one I came up with was copywriting. How are you going to do it? What's your formula? What's your secret sauce to creating killer content for your posts? And go ahead and listen to Monday's podcast because it will help you with that. Number 2 is graphics and design. You can definitely sharpen that skill, and there are tools and people to help you do so. Video, you've got to be on video, people. I hated being on video. Now I can't get off it. I've got the YouTube channel going. I've got reels going, stories going. Video is awesome. And the fourth one is engagement and responding. The fifth one is analytics, understanding them and being able to spot trends. All right, my friends, that's it for this mini cast. I hope you enjoyed it. Now you know what to do. You got to go execute what you learned here today. All right, until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, but most of all, stay social.